It feels obvious that you are living in the present. Right now feels real, immediate, alive. The past feels gone. The future feels unreal. And the present feels like the only moment that truly exists. But what if this feeling is wrong? What if you never actually experience the present at all? This idea sounds strange, even absurd. After all, what else could you be experiencing? Life feels like a continuous now, a moving point where everything happens. And yet, when you look closely at physics, at neuroscience, and at how experience actually works, that solid present begins to dissolve. Let's start with something simple. How long is the present moment? Is it a second? A fraction of a second? An instant with zero duration? If the present were a true instant, a point with no length, then you could never experience it. An instant contains no time. And experience requires duration. To feel anything at all, your brain must collect information over time, process it, and integrate it into awareness. This already creates a problem. The moment you become aware of now, time has already passed. Neuroscience shows that your brain does not experience reality in real time. There is a delay. Sensory information takes time to travel, to be processed, to be assembled into a coherent experience. What you experience as now is already the past. Not long ago, but not the present either. Your awareness is always late. This delay is small milliseconds, but it is unavoidable, and it means something unsettling. The present moment, as a physical instant, is never directly experienced. So what are you experiencing? The answer is not a point in time, but a window. Your brain constructs a short span of time, a slice, and labels it now. This window creates continuity. It smooths change. It turns a sequence of events into a single flowing experience. Without this window, reality would feel like disconnected flashes. So the present is not a moment. It is a construction. This alone is disturbing. But physics pushes the idea even further. In modern physics, there is no universal present moment, no single now shared by the entire universe. According to relativity, different observers moving at different speeds disagree about which events are happening at the same time. What is present for one observer can be past or future for another. This is not a trick of perception. It is how time works. There is no cosmic clock ticking off a global now. If the present were a fundamental feature of reality, everyone would agree on it. They don't. So where is the present? From the universe's point of view, there may be no such thing. Instead of a moving present slicing through reality, physics describes a four-dimensional structure space-time where all events exist together. Past, present, and future are not different kinds of existence. They are different locations. In this view, the present is not something the universe creates. It is something consciousness does. Your experience of now is the point where your awareness intersects this structure. And that intersection is always spread out over time. You never experience a single instant. You experience a short, stitched-together segment of the past. This explains something subtle but familiar. Have you ever noticed that when something sudden happens, a loud noise, a sudden movement, your awareness seems to lag behind it? You react before you consciously notice. Your body moves. Your heart jumps. And only afterward do you think, that just happened. This is not a glitch. It is evidence that experience is always slightly delayed. The now you feel is a reconstruction. This raises a deeper question. If you never experience the present, then what gives life its feeling of immediacy? The answer is memory. But not long-term memory, short-term integration. Your brain constantly takes very recent past events and binds them together into a single experience. This binding creates the illusion of a present moment. The illusion is useful. Without it, you could not function. But useful does not mean fundamental. The present may be a tool, not a feature of reality. Quantum physics adds another layer of strangeness. At the quantum level, time does not always behave as a simple forward-moving parameter. Some processes do not clearly distinguish between past and future. The equations work the same way in both directions. This suggests that the distinction between before and after is not as deep as it feels. If physics itself does not privilege a present moment, then our sense of now cannot be built into the universe. It must emerge from how information is processed. This realization changes how we think about existence. We often assume that the present is where reality happens, and the past and future are shadows one remembered, one imagined. But if you never experience the present, then all experience happens in a kind of echo. You are always living slightly behind reality. This does not mean you are disconnected from the world. It means that experience is not a live feed. It is a reconstruction. And this reconstruction is remarkably convincing. It feels immediate because your brain is designed to hide the delay. If you were constantly aware of the gap, reality would feel unstable. So your mind smooths it over and gives you the feeling of now. But the feeling is not the thing. This also explains why the present feels so hard to grasp. The moment you try to focus on it, it slips away. You think, this moment. And by the time you think it, it is already gone. This is not poetic, it is literal. There is no stable present to hold on to. Only a moving boundary between memory and anticipation. This boundary feels like a place, but it is not. It is a process. So what does it mean to live in the present? If the present is never directly experienced, then living in the now cannot mean anchoring yourself to a physical instant. It means aligning your attention with the process of experience itself. This reframes mindfulness in an interesting way. Mindfulness is not about finding the present moment. It is about noticing how the sense of now is constructed. When you pay attention, you are not stepping into the present. You are watching the mind assemble it. This realization can feel unsettling. If you never experience the present, then when does life actually happen? The answer is uncomfortable and simple. Life happens in transition, between what has just happened and what is about to happen. You are always in between. This also explains why time feels like it is always moving. You are not moving through time. Your awareness is constantly updating its reconstruction. The update feels like motion, but nothing is flowing past you. The universe is not racing forward. Your experience is being refreshed. This view connects naturally with the idea that the past still exists and the future may already exist. If reality is a complete structure, then the present is not a slice cut out of it. It is the point of access. You are not standing on a razor-thin edge of existence. You are navigating a reality that is already there. The feeling of now is simply where your access currently is. And because access requires processing, integration, and memory, it can never be instantaneous. So you never experience the present. You experience a carefully constructed version of the recent past that feels like the present. This does not make life less real. It makes it more fragile and more meaningful. Every experience you have is already slipping into memory as you have it. There is no moment you can freeze and hold. But nothing is being wasted. Those moments still exist as part of reality's structure. You just cannot stay with them. So what if you never experience the present? Then the present is not something to chase. It is something to understand. Life is not about capturing a perfect now. It is about participating in a process that is always unfolding slightly out of reach. And perhaps the deepest illusion is not that time moves, but that there is ever a moment when it truly stands still.